What's up, everybody? My name is Shannon and I am still waiting for my Satyr, and today we are talking about Covet by Tracy Wolff. So this is the third book in the Crave series, and this was actually sent to me by the lovely folks at Entangled Team Publishing. They convinced me to continue on with the series because after Crush, I was like, you know what? This isn't really going where I thought it was going to go. I'm not feeling it anymore. These are very long books, so I was like, I don't know if I could get through another book if it's going to be more like Crush, because in that book, just the fluff and the filler really overpowered everything, and I felt like Grace wasn't doing enough. So many things were being told to her. The ending did pick up, but not to the point where I was like invested in these characters and like wanting to see where it went. But I was convinced to continue, and I will say, Covet is a lot more fun. It's still that like fluffy like fillerness that the other books do have, but it reminded me a lot more of reading that first book, Crave, which was just a lot of fun. Like, was it silly and ridiculous? Like, yes, it was. Was anything really happening? No, it wasn't. But it was just so much fun to read, and I felt that again with Crave. We do pick up pretty quickly, like right after the events of Crush. Things are kind of heating up. We have this like the paranormal war that is starting to like kind of get kicked into high gear, and I did like Grace a lot more in this book. She is growing and changing as a character, and I like to see that, and I like how you see that come into play when it comes to like our two vampire boys, Jackson versus Hudson, and how that shows what she's really been going through and how this isn't really the Grace that we met at the beginning of Crave. Now, a caveat on this is that there's some stuff that happens at the end of the book where I feel like Grace doesn't really get to earn her girl boss moment. And that's because we see others go through these trials that Grace is excluded from. I don't want to go too much more into it because I don't want to spoil anything, but I think it would have meant a lot more for her character and a lot more to the ending if we could have seen her earn it just a little bit more. But when it comes to the other characters, everybody felt a little bit more well-rounded. Everybody felt just a little bit more relaxed into who they are. One of my problems with Crush was that everybody felt vastly different from how they felt in Crave, and it just didn't seem like we knew where we were going, what we were doing. This one, it seems like there was a little bit more of a plan, and the plot was a lot easier to follow and a lot easier to identify. We do have a little bit of a scavenger hunt because we are trying to find this item that could really solve a lot of problems, but they have to go through a lot of hoops in order to get there, and Grace participates heavily in these. There are no memory gaps anymore, so that's really, really helpful. But I am still giving this book just a C+, and I'm giving it that because I just cannot in good conscience give this book higher because it does lag. It does have these spots where it's just like, can we get on with it? Like, it's 4 or 5 chapters where nothing's happening because we're just rephrasing things over and over, which was my problem with Crush as well. But it was still fun. Like, it felt a little bit more balanced to me. Like, it was just easier to get through. So for those reasons, like, I actually would recommend this series after all. I think just knowing what this series is about and not expecting it to be like a whole lot, I kind of feel like at the end of Crave, I was expecting this to like actually be like a cool vampire story, like doing all this stuff, and I think I was just expecting a little bit too much going into that second book, whereas this one, my expectations were a lot lower, and I ended up enjoying it just a whole lot more. And honestly, the ending has me looking. I am looking. I do think I want to read Court. Like, I do want to know how this is all gonna end, and honestly, like, I'm kind of excited, which that's the whole point of everything. So I am still giving this a C+. Oh, and one other thing. Listen, I know this is a YA book. I know this. I am aware of this. But the way everything is written, the way everything is, you know, like spoken and said, I really did think it was gonna get spicy, and it's 4 or 5 chapters of just lead up to nothing. And I was like, excuse me, Tracy Wolff, you bamboozled me. I really thought we were going somewhere. It just, everything else is so much innuendo and so much explicitness. So I was like, oh my God, are we actually gonna get some like smut in this book? We do not. So I will go ahead and spoil that for you. But regardless, I'm giving this book a C+. It's back to being a fun series again, and I honestly am looking forward to seeing what's gonna happen in Court. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you liked it, be sure to hit that like button down below, and don't forget to subscribe to Talk Books with me every week. That is everything I got for today, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!